Yay. The meeting that never happened. Amazing. Yeah, so Michael and I have been talking about the beautiful mind scam and the getting lost, getting lost in the thoughts and how playful that is, how mischievous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it turns out I'm actually reading this lovely book by Byron Katie, A Thousand Names for Joy. Um, it's so fun to celebrate books again.
Mm-hmm.
And she's so clear, like going through the inquiry, you know, when I
Mm.
believe my thoughts, I suffer.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Mm.
Yeah, the inquiry reveals when you start questioning. Yeah, it's amazing because everyone already knows that they're the infinite. So there's something suspicious, there's something up, you know? It's intuitive.
Yeah, I remember having that book for many years, and I was telling Michael, I after or after the seeking was that collapsed, I just I got that was one of the books I got rid of. But what's
Mm-hmm.
interesting is that, watching him with I can't say his name correctly, but with the other guru and listening to him share on that and read on that, it's kind of inspiring because it's like now he's going through with uh, the same eyes and yet different eyes looking at this. And,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah,
the same thing here.
beautiful.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's so funny. I think you're talking about Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes.
And yeah, it's so funny how you can read something and be aware of it and it doesn't really impact you, and then one day you read it again with fresh eyes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like a seed. A seed is planted, you know, because something hears it, something already knows it, something already,
Yes.
and it's just part of that cute little hide and seek game, you know, whenever it's ripe and ready, it's the ears are open to hear.
Yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
the suffering is your red flag.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the resistance, just like because you are the source. You are the existence itself giving rise to everything you see. So you are the sentience, you are the omnipotence, the power. So if you're whatever you pay attention to, you make it appear to exist. So if you pay attention to thoughts, you illuminate it, you make it look sentient, but it's not sentient. The thought's not conscious. If you're aware of the body's not conscious. You are the source giving rise to the body, making it appear to exist. So, and when you're not paying attention to the body disappears. So
Mm.
you're the source of everything.
Mm.
So it's like forgetting that, which is just playful. It's like the analogy of God looking through the VR headset. You know, you're the infinite, formless, bodiless, you know, power, the existence itself looking through the headset. So whatever you're aware of, you animate, you illuminate, you make it appear. So by looking in the at the mind, the noumenal, the singularity that doesn't have a body, that's unseeable, can play with itself, can interact with itself. So it's all a beautiful illusion. But forgetting that is, you know, playful. It's the but you still remain untouched, you know, like
Mhm.
even when there's that it's just a finite sensation of I'm the body, which is just um, like a impersonal sensation appearing in pure consciousness, perceiving itself. So it's you remain untouched, even if there's identification with the body.
Yeah, like
Or
when
your
you
thoughts?
the seeing, I wanted to back up because everything you were saying is just beautiful. And the part where you said that something sees us, like when
Mm-hmm.
it's that book, something in him sees that. When I pick up Ramana Maharshi, when I pick up that book, which I've never read, and just randomly pick a page of not so much the questioner, but his answer, it
Mm-hmm.
makes sense. It just
Yeah.
it makes sense because it feels like that experientially here.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember there's a remembrance of, oh my God, it's just this and nothing else. And what do you mean, who am I? I mean, I couldn't even relate to that, but I could relate to, remember telling Angelo, I said, well, it's really who I'm not. And then I read in that book, he said the same thing.
Yeah. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the I, or whatever, the primary illusion where you're, like being singular all alone, like in deep sleep, where you're not conscious of being aware.
Mm.
In order to experience yourself, you imagine what you're not. You imagine qualities and forms, and then you can perceive yourself through that, through every sensation. It's not even real. It's not even happening. So you remain immaculate and untouched, and nothing's really happening. But this is just playful novelty, like you know. So yeah, that for me, the when I kept asking, who am I? It didn't hit the target as much as, do I exist?
Mm.
Am I aware?
Mm.
And then it hit the target, the absolute saw itself, the absolute saw every time. And then it was like more and more and more when I abided in that pure beingness, pure presence, I, like the capital self, it's bodiless and formless, this pure aliveness. It just swallowed everything. And then it's so obvious that that's all there is. So it's like all, you know, like Sri Ramana said, the universe is an illusion. Brahman is real. Brahman is the universe. It's like everything is the I am. So by abiding in that, staying in that silent awareness, in that without thoughts, that pure beingness, it just swallowed everything.
Yeah. And I would suggest not getting tripped up in the words.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Too often we can argue about awareness is not the right word because there's no one to be aware. I would say forget all that.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. Semantics and words. This is non-computational. It's non-conceptual. It's feeling. And not even that word, it's just, but the word feeling, you know,
Mhm.
is going beyond the fucking words.
Mm.
It's a felt sense. Sense.
Yeah, there's nothing to defend. What are, it's just, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's simple.
And
Mhm.
yeah. And the word awareness or the word God is the same as no thing and the
Mhm.
same as boundless energy, boundless freedom. Just this. It's all the same. It's all saying the same thing
Yeah,
because
because
it's all one God in
yeah,
its infinite ways.
and it's
Yeah.
not going anywhere. It's not moving.
Yeah.
So you could call it, "Hey, you're God." Hey, you're a piece of shit.
What's behind piece of shit?
Exactly.
The one word I have to confess though, the one word for me was already. That
Yeah.
was a magical word because it
Hmm.
stopped me in my little tracks. I'm like, it just
Yeah.
was so logical. I'm like, well, if it's already, then That's the end of seeking. Like, what the hell would I be seeking for if it's
Yeah,
already the case?
totally. Totally. Yeah, so these words are like the vehicles, energetic vehicles that are, it's just resonance, it's just energy. So when it's already felt, it transmits that, it exudes that. So um it's the energy, it's beingness. So for me, the openings that got triggered were two things, two different quotes. Um, my best friend said, nothing exists outside of your mind. The whole world's a projection of your mind. And it was like ding, ding, ding. Like I had chills down the spine. Something heard that and was like, oh my God, yeah. And I was like, shit. It's almost like remembering. It's like, whoa, how'd I forget that? And then a week later, reading the Alan Watts book called The Book, on the page of you are God playing hide and seek with yourself in a dream. And it
Mm.
was like ding, ding, ding. And then the chills. And then 1 week later, the explosion or the whatever, the like, holy shit, I'm not the character Jenny. Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm God dreaming this. And it was just, and then it's just game over. So then it deletes those limited belief files because it's like data in a computer. It like
Mhm.
it transmutes all the bullshit, all this. It's like the myth buster, the all one and done.
Yeah.
And seeing through the mind scams and how playful it is. Because I recognize, oh my gosh, being busy with the thoughts, because like awareness, like getting lost in the shiny plastic things, which is this is like a holodeck in Star Trek. It's not real. None of the avatars are real. Nothing's. You are the real, illuminating it, making it appear
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
So like that meme, the dog and the squirrel. Like the locking onto the thoughts real quickly, getting distracted, and having the problems to solve and the freaking worrying, and it was just keeping that questioning from happening. Because even how logical this is, that oh my God, if I'm aware of the body, I'm not the body. If I'm aware of the mind, I'm not the freaking mind. And how to not question that, it's just hilarious.
For
But
me, it was,
that, go ahead.
yeah, for me, it was the thinker, like asking myself, is there a thinker in here? I, I, I was like, wow, I closed my eyes and really looked inside, and it was like, there's no thinker.
Yeah.
Because I identified as this
Mm-hmm.
thinker, and I was like, whoa. And then it was like, oh. And then so many other things started to collapse during that.
Mm-hmm.
I started seeing, and then it was like, oh my God, it's just, it's right here, right now, this,
Mm-hmm.
sites became more amplified, and they were always amplified. It's just that the attention was more on, like you were saying, thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
thoughts, thoughts, thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is such the beautiful game of hide and seek, is so great. Because in that silence is too obvious.
way
And
too
the,
obvious for them.
yeah. That's why Papa G was always like, keep quiet, just for 5 seconds.
Just for 5 seconds.
Yeah, where's the problem?
There's actually a famous video on YouTube where Muji is a seeker. He's in the audience
Yeah.
of Papa G. It's amazing. And
Mm-hmm.
Papa G says the same thing to him, keep quiet.
Hell yeah.
Wow,
Zip
really
it. Yeah, I remember that. Zip it.
Yeah,
awesome.
because I think we see those when you have, or I'll just say when I have a meeting and we put out a pointer, often the pointer, the finger pointing to the moon. they get hung up on the finger debating,
Mm-hmm.
well,
Mm-hmm.
that's just another thought, blah, 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 instead of being with the moon.
Yeah, exactly.
The absolute, the emptiness is exactly
Yeah.
what you're
Yes.
to. And I hear it in people who complain about other gurus. I no longer look at it that way because Muji's not even real anyway. So I remember
Mm-hmm.
when there were things about, people kissing his feet that there was an identification with a thought that was saying, well, they shouldn't be doing that, but they are. But
Hmm.
that doesn't even bother me anymore. It's like when he speaks, or when any of the others speak, or Tony Parsons, and it's like I'm hearing what they're all saying, singing the same song, just
Mm-hmm.
pointing to the same exact thing. It's like I'm hearing not the words, but what they're pointing to
Yeah,
here.
totally. It's
Mhm.
all saying the same thing. And it's all God. It's all one God talking to itself.
Yeah.
So, like, when there's resonance of that, where that's the opening of questioning, like, wait a minute, I can't be the body. There's got to be more to this. And then you, as God, project the illusion of a character on a screen, which is just you talking to yourself, telling you what you already know.
You waking yourself up.
Yeah, so you kissing your feet, you prostrating, worshiping yourself, basically. So you're the one, the teacher and the student. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our beloved sister Leela is not here, not feeling well this morning, but you know, it can be very lonely out there when you are by yourself and you don't have anyone else to talk to about this. And that's the beauty of like a Zoom like this,
Hmm.
is we can
Mm-hmm.
celebrate the
Hmm.
alreadiness of what is.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a celebration.
And the
I love.
suffering for here, it was the belief in death, the
Mm.
feeling I was going to die, and something here didn't want to die.
Mm.
The idea, why am I supposed to accept it? It's something fell off.
Mm.
And
Mm-hmm.
then it never occurs to you that you weren't born, so you can't die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is being afraid? What in
It
here?
was it was identifying with my body.
Mm.
Yeah, like God look into the VR headset. Like you're not the avatar in the VR headset. You are the one perceiving, rendering it, the source of it, illuminating it, animating it, but you're not the body. This is novelty. So that like, you can have a sensory experience because you're singular. So like that localizing yourself as the pure awareness, as being the avatar in the headset, is part of the game or the playful, what is it like to be human when I'm not? But you remain untouched because you never get lost. So even the feeling of being lost or identifying is just an impersonal, finite sensation appearing and disappearing within you as pure awareness. So you remain immaculate. So you never suffer. You never. So it's like having a daydream, imagining characters suffering in a world. You're not the character suffering in the world, you're the one imagining it. And how can you be separate from it? It's your mind. Playfully.
Beautiful. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that no separation is not a belief. And it seems that seems to be like, well, when I know that there's no separation, then I'll be there. And I noticed that the mind is very good at setting up conditions that
Yeah.
you will know when you're there, when you don't suffer.
That's it. That's the hide and seek game. That's the only way to hide because to keep busy with that. And do you remember some of the other scams? Like I remember, oh man, how am I going to take care of my kids? It's just excuse after excuse. They're all a scam because I would say I take care of them even better.
Or it's like a trap. They're trap thoughts. Oh, well, you have to be doing this as a career because if you do this, if you keep doing what you're doing now, you'll never wake up.
Oh yeah.
Or you got to be in a certain place to wake up.
Yeah.
What's
That's
waking
just yeah, that's just perpetuating the scam and postponing the recognition that's already
up?
right now. Right now. Whatever's being felt is it right now.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So feeling separate is 100% it. It is it, feeling
Yeah.
separate. And so often that's our, like I was just saying, oh, I'm not there yet because I feel
Mm-hmm.
separate. Well, what if feeling separate was this too? Then what?
Hell yeah.
It's always been it. Yeah.
Yeah. Even the meing is being.
Yeah.
The me is it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
beautiful.
all in a personal finite sensation appearing and disappearing within you as
Mhm.
the universe, as the pure consciousness. And so you remain untouched. It's like you're kind of like wearing the VR headset where it looks like there's a roller coaster, but you're not really on the roller coaster. It's just eliciting these finite sensations like the stomach going up sensation, the nausea or whatever. So just pure consciousness feeling. That's all there is it's perceiving and it stays immaculate. It's never suffering. It's always content. It always remains still, doesn't need anything. And this is just straight up novelty. So yeah, even the pain, even this, all of the sensations is play.
Yeah, so I want to comment on because people might not know what you mean by novelty. So I would call it a circus. And when you're at the circus, right, you can imagine being at the circus, right? There's clowns, there's elephants, there's lions, there's the ringmaster, there's smells, peanuts, all of it. And imagine the difference between enjoying the circus as a circus and laughing and having a good, or trying to figure the fucking circus out. And now
Oh,
you're
yeah.
serious. You're at the circus, but you're serious because you got to figure out how this is all happening.
Well
Yeah.
That's
said. Well
torture.
said. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. That's gorgeous. That's the freedom right there with
Yeah.
Michael.
It it is.
Even though there's no one here to be free, that's the relaxation. That's the like, yay. That's the like, oh, I could just hang my hat right here. It's all right. If the lions
Totally.
are going crazy and I don't know, a cat poops over here, it's all great. It's perfectly fine.
Well,
I know.
and it's comical now because you
Yeah.
see it in others. So when someone, just to continue the analogy, oh
Mhm.
my God, look at that ringmaster. That guy needs to drop at least 20 pounds. Who, what the hell was he thinking? And so now I'm
Lost
just
in it.
saying, like
Yeah.
our judgments get so crazy and we get so carried away in
Yeah.
believing them that we miss the whole performance.
Yeah,
Exactly.
because it does seem like it appears to be an immersive experience. It appears, I mean, look how fucking animated this is. It's amazing, you know? And you're lighting it up. You're lighting up the show, lighting up the circus. I came across, I'll read a little bit of this Swami Vivekananda. I've never read his stuff yet, but
Okay.
this popped up about this is unreal. It's a play. It's God's Leela.
Oh.
And it says, it has been all play. It is all play. You may say, we have to do something. Let us do good. But who cares for good or evil? Play. This is God's almighty play. That is all. You are the almighty God playing. If you want to play on the side and take the part of a beggar, you are not to blame someone else for making that choice. You enjoy being the beggar. You know your real nature to be divine, which is what I was saying earlier. You already fucking know, everyone already knows this. You are the king and play you are a beggar. It's all for fun. Know it and play. That is all there is to it.
Yeah.
Then practice it. The whole universe is a vast play. All is good because all is fun. this star comes and crashes with our Earth, and we are all dead. That is fun. You only think fun, the little things that delight your senses. So it's like consciousness licking itself as an ice cream cone. That's how I see it. It's just like you stomp your toe on the table and there's a sensation of pain. Ooh, tasting that, and it's not even really happening. It's like looking at Avatar in the VR headset. It's not real.
Yeah, so
You,
the stories to it is not attached. And so
Mm-hmm.
that's being automatically seen and then yeah, and also experienced. I was just
Yeah.
talking to a friend yesterday and he says, "Oh, it's age." I said, "I don't know," but I was sharing, I just spontaneous, it just came up, I just said, do you know, yesterday feels like 5 minutes ago, and 2 days ago seems like an hour ago.
I know. Isn't that
Pretty
weird?
like
It's so weird.
yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it flies. And I noticed that because my mechanical toothbrush is annoying to me. It's like it has like a 2-minute timer, and that's way too long to be brushing your teeth. So that's the only time I noticed that the day has ended or that there was a day, is with this
oh,
mechanical toothbrush.
oh, wow.
It's funny.
Right.
But it's so simple, like, because there's only what's arising now, which
Hmm.
makes it
Mm-hmm.
so simple.
Hmm.
It's not elsewhere.
Yeah.
So whatever I'm rejecting, it's always here. Whatever
Mm-hmm.
I'm loving, it's always here.
Yeah. It's so beautiful too because it's like in the Bible, born again. It's born again, born again, born again every moment as a clean slate where nothing ever happened. Even the body is immaculate, like nothing happened. So nothing was harmed, nothing was tainted. But the memory, holding on or grasping, identifying with the memory of something happened, projects the placebo symptoms of it. So it's like all pretend, it's all make believe. Like literally nothing's ever happened. And you never even had a thought. Where is it?
Gone.
I know, and nothing has happened. It's amazing. What I mean, and recognizing this can instantly transmute everything or heal the body or whatever because it's all mental, it's all make believe.
Yeah. Yeah. There's like I always say, there's like an okayness, the mind will come up and say something at work and it's like, wow, it's just here, it's right here, it's here, 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 here. There's nowhere to, I can remember, being or just being identified with the thoughts. Well, what about the next hour? Or even thoughts will come up about what to eat or of that nature. But they're okay. It's okay that they come up and that they
Mm-hmm.
come up. They're all welcomed. So that okayness, instead of resisting it, but allowing it, it, it just feels so amazing. Like it just
Yeah.
resistance. And even if resistance happens here, it's it too. But it's just so nice to just see the thoughts come up and not take them seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And see it for what it is. Because,
And take it seriously and then
mm-hmm.
see through it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and the beauty is every moment you get to start over.
Mm-hmm.
So if one moment you're believing a thought, go again, you
Mm.
know?
Yeah. It's all the opportunity to be free because it's all
Yeah.
free.
And I just want to put in a little admonition for advocating for yourself. And what I mean is, it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. And for me, that's why all those books, my hundreds of non-duality books, went into boxes in the closet about 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Because here I got sick of reading what others said this was and what I was. And I thought, God damn it, I'm not going to someone else. This is
Heck
way too
yeah.
important. I
You
want to
are the
know,
guru.
I want, I want to look for myself.
Yeah. Because it's experiential. It's being. It's beingness. It's already being it. You can't attain it or find it elsewhere. You already are.
And I just wanted to say that it made all the difference. when I
Mm.
looked with myself. Then there was sort of a solidity. I began to go, okay. And
Mm-hmm.
I was comfortable. So it didn't
Yeah.
matter what anyone else was saying.
Mm.
Same here. Same here. And I was so devoted. I was very vigilant, like a samurai or a army sergeant. I was like determined to see through the scam. And so I was like right on top of those thoughts. Every time I'd have a thought, what is aware of that thought? And it dissolves it, it dissolves it, it dissolves it, it dissolves it. And then it just, yeah, it's game over. It's like, and it doesn't even, it's every way, it's everything. So,
And Jen, I just wanted to say that you don't have to keep doing that. Like when you were saying, what's
mm-hmm,
aware of that? It could sound like you're always doing that, but no.
mm-hmm,
It's like riding a bicycle. When you first start, yeah, you're wobbly and you may fall down.
mm-hmm,
But once you get the hang of riding a bike, you never think about how to do it again. It
mm-hmm.
just
Oh
happens
yeah,
naturally.
for
Mm.
sure. Yeah, and the more I stayed in that presence without thought, it just swallowed everything.
Mhm.
Because trying to work, you can't work out anything with a thought. It's unending.
It's fleeting.
Hmm. It's already done and just for fun. And so it can appear as a process just for fun, kind of like watching a movie. It appears like there's a conflict and a resolution or a beginning and an end and a linear movie with reference point to
Yeah.
singular frames. So it's all available now. It's already done, but it can appear dramatic or it can appear.
But Jen, isn't it funny how all of a sudden, like that light bulb goes on and you realize you're dragging it out on purpose? Like you're
Yeah,
That
for
was such,
fun.
that was no, because to see how I kept, wanting to go back into thoughts and identity, like there was
Yeah.
energy of that. And I'm like, oh, it was such a revelation because I'm like, oh, this doesn't want to wake up. It enjoys the dream.
Yes, that's it. Just like Jack says, mischievously not wanting to see yourself. And so staying distracted. And that's how you do it, the hide and seek. And I could see that very clearly, which I've mentioned before, but like right when it was becoming way too obvious that I'm not the character and I'm not, um, when it was just, when there is no thing, there's, it's just pure empty potential, pure immutable energy. Um, I was trying to postpone it playfully because I was getting excited. There was like butterflies sensation. And so then I was like, give me a thought, give me something to resist, give me a problem to solve. And then once you see that, I was like, oh shit, I can't scam myself anymore because I just saw through it. Once you're aware of that, it's like game over
That's so funny.
because this already is. It's already,
Yeah. And now once there became this endless love, compassion for the Michael character, naturally there's compassion for all characters. So the more compassion you have for yourself, the more you will have for others.
mm-hmm,
You
because
know,
they are you. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So all of a sudden I start saying, oh, I've been there. I know what that's
Yeah.
like, being depressed. Oh, yeah, I remember that. That sucked so badly.
Mm-hmm,
Depressed was like thinking you're just the lowest of the low. It's like, in a way, it's funny because it's the exact opposite of what you actually are. But your
mm-hmm.
belief is, I'm lower than whale shit, you know?
Yeah. And then even that low frequency, that
Hmm.
that sensation of high entropy where it feels like disorder, and then there's that sensation of resistance or dread is an impersonal sensation appearing and disappearing in you as pure consciousness that remains immaculate. It's the one that's aware of it, that's eternally free. So there is no one to be free. There is no one to wake up. There is no individual. There never was. Just like looking through the VR headset, there is no avatar. And the avatar is not conscious. The thoughts aren't conscious. The body's not conscious. The character's not conscious. You are the consciousness dreaming the body, dreaming the characters.
Somewhere last year, there's a memory of there were certain things that I was putting on social media for like several years. And then when I was looking at what was posted, I was like, no, I just like deleted it all. None of it made sense. Didn't It's like I didn't know who that person was anymore.
Yeah.
There was like a grief process, and for an hour I was just deleting. I was like, doesn't feel right, just deleting because it was all done through ego and thought.
Yeah.
And look at me, and I'm positive, and I'm this, and tension. And I saw that, I was like, no, I'm not feeling that anymore. So it was a bit of a grief. There was a grieving, because
Yeah.
realizing that who is she? She's no longer here. So
Yeah.
it was interesting.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So really quick, guys, I just picked this up randomly. I'm going to read this. I
Cool.
just
Oh, there it is.
Thank you.
never read all of I so I'm just going to pick something from what he's saying here.
I love it.
It says Maharshi Mahari. Okay. At least it did not slow them down, as your kicking would have surely done. You want immediate results. We do not dispense magic here. Everybody makes the same mistake, refusing the means by wanting the ends. You want peace and harmony in the world, but refuse to have them in yourself. Follow my advice implicitly, and you will not be disappointed. I cannot solve your problem by mere words. You have to act on what I told you and persevere. It is not the right advice that liberates, but the action based on it. Just like a doctor who, after giving the patient an injection, tells him, now keep quiet, do nothing more, just keep quiet. I'm telling you, you have your injection. Now keep quiet.
Yeah.
Just keep quiet. You have nothing else to do.
Yay.
I love that. And then he goes, now keep quiet. Don't go on ruminating all the time. Stop. Be silent.
Hell
There you
yeah, that's the prescription. That's it. It's too easy.
go. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you are the power or whatever. So giving your power away to thoughts or giving your power away, it's just it's so beautiful too because you're infinite being. So by being it, you project it, by
Yeah.
already being it. So even just focusing on this felt sense of being, it's all done.
Mhm. And then everything seems to flow effortlessly by itself. So I noticed that, when I have to go teach a chess class in a couple hours, beautifully my chess bag with all the chess sets are here by the door. My shoes are ready to go. I'm showered and shave and all that. And life takes care of everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, like watching a movie that you're not in. You're kicked back at the movie theater and the body's moving, it's doing stuff and it's interacting and this is like Sri Ramana said, God's TV show. It's entertaining. Automated. It's doing itself. Yeah. Effortlessly. And even that feeling of I'm doing it or oh my gosh, this is so much effort is a finite impersonal sensation appearing and disappearing in consciousness. you're completely untouched by it. You're just licking the ice cream cone. There's just feeling that sensation, and that's it. It's harmless. You remain free because you were never bound. You were the one imagining a character bound.
That's
It's like,
funny. I just have the image, like a little kid, right? Ah, I
Yeah.
can't see. I can't see. Oh,
the same thing, Michael. It's like being blind, and all of
but
a
it's
sudden,
you. It's your own hands
Yeah.
blinding you.
Blindfold. Yeah.
yeah, been here the whole time.
I know, right?
Okay, that's funny you said that because the rest of this quote by the Swami dude says, "This toy world would not be here. This play could not go on if we were knowing players. We must play blindfolded."
Mm,
Some of us have taken the part of the rogue of the play, some heroic. Never mind. It's all play.
beautiful. Gorgeous.
Yeah.
I love it.
The demons, the tigers, whatever's on the stage, they snap but cannot bite. The world cannot touch you. Beautiful.
Yeah, so all the things, everything that you like, everything you don't like, whether it's Trump or Mother Teresa or your mother-in-law. I don't know. But everybody is it playing their part perfectly.
Yeah.
Well said. Yeah.
And that makes it interesting. Like these unique qualities being projected and the probability distributions and the perversions and the aversions and the preference, all of it makes it appear unique.
Yeah. And I noticed that, you know, instead of like, look what that person did. Oh my God, that's disgusting. It's it's more like, oh my God, what the hell am I doing?
Yeah, catching.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can remember as a child playing the wife, and my brother would play the dog, and my other and I remember it so it was like here it just and I had there's a feeling associated with playing these roles as a child. There
Mm,
was so much fun in it.
Hmm.
Not taking anything I was mimicking the people around me. But as an adult, that's when things got a little, I took on the role, but then there was the seriousness to it.
Hmm.
Now it's like I can be in the role, play the role, but see
Yeah.
through it. It's not serious, you know.
Yeah. Like the actors in a play know that they're not the
Yeah.
mhm,
actors in the play. And
exactly.
it's so it's so cool and mischievous and fun that to go along with the playground analogy because BDSM wouldn't be fun if you didn't think it was wrong. So all of that's fun too.
Yeah. What is that? BDSM?
It's like sex role playing where someone's the submissive and someone's
Oh,
dominant and
gotcha.
getting and anything it's all part of the fun.
Mhm. All of it.
Hmm.
And you become less thrown around by thoughts or comments of others. So maybe if someone gives you a dirty look, or that's how you perceive it, or you say hi to someone and they don't say hi back, maybe that would bother me for, the next 6 hours. Um, Now there's a equanimity, there's a calmness here. And I noticed that somehow when you put out that vibe, you get treated differently than if you're expecting people to be jerks or if you don't trust people. It's a whole different energy. And things seem to work out beautifully in this place of, well, let's see. I don't know.
Hmm. Yeah. Effortless being, non-resistant.
Yeah, or the body moving away from a situation that intuitively feels okay, no, we're not going to go there. There's just words, but there's more of a feeling and emotion to walk away. That can be seen too and done as well, which
Yeah.
is kind of
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to say a little more about this because so often we can feel like picked on. Oh, people pick on me. They don't like me. And we don't realize we're putting off a vibe
Mm-hmm.
of please pick on me. You know, it's energetic. People
Yeah.
feel that. And like I'm saying, the opposite is true. If you're calm and chill and someone insults you and it doesn't touch you, you know, someone calls you an idiot and
Mm-hmm.
you just shrug. It didn't even touch you. It
Yeah.
staggers them. They're like, holy shit, I can't fuck with this person. I can't
Mm-hmm.
make them feel bad and they can't control you.
yeah.
Yeah. Because
There,
however you feel is the projection of the world. So how if you feel lack or that you're not worthy, then you will project characters in the imaginary world telling you you're not worthy and abandoning you. And then the opposite's true. You feel worthy, you feel abundant, and then you get rich and have tons of friends. That's just how it works because you're God.
wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a projection of your mind. So it's as limited or and limitless as you resonate. So just by being it already, because you're infinite being, you project it onto the movie screen. So even that if you feel bound, then you will project seeking and being bound. If you feel free, you will project being free.
Mhm.
And then it changes the whole movie. Like when I recognized all this stuff, that there is no world, everything's me, so everything's harmless. It's all the placebo effect. Poison is only poisonous if you label it that. Everything, I blessed everything. I was like, oh my God, everything's God. It's heaven. This is heaven. And so then all I see is heavenly creatures, whimsical forest
Mhm.
and people waving, hey,
Yeah,
hey, off their porches. That's it. And
yeah.
then leave the car doors open with the keys in the ignition because everything's me. So the doors are unlocked and it's all welcome. And so then everything's harmless. There's no separate world out there with boogeymans or anything. It's just,
Beautiful.
yeah.
And well, like what you said, Michael, was amazing too. So there can be a feeling of fullness, and still there can be an attraction of bullies or seeming a story.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I thought that was beautiful. Thank you. That was good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, those characters that are just you projecting it, an illusion of a character, is just showing you what you already know, or even those triggers or the intuition alarming that something's off or there's an error is how you perceive where you're at consciously. So, whatever, it just is information. It's like data
Mhm.
being perceived, which is
Yeah.
all a gift. Like, I remember seeing all of the trickster characters that I was projecting, to wake me up from the dream as a gift. It was all it was forcing me to wake up. It was like
Hmm.
Yeah. And I
forcing
just
me to see
wanted,
the carnival.
yeah, and I just wanted to say that the discovery here, which was mind-blowing, was when I left my thoughts alone and free to be however they were being. So if a thought wanted to complain about sitting in the doctor's office for 20 minutes, even though there's no one else there, I
Mm-hmm.
didn't have a problem with that. I'm like, yeah, I get it. So there became this friendship with the mind and a peace and an understanding to allow it to express rather than resist it or say, no,
Mm-hmm.
spiritual people don't judge that. You know, I should sit here happily as long as I'm here. No, man, I got things to do. I don't want to be, he's
Beautiful.
wasting my time.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, that is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we become the parent of the thoughts, you know?
Yeah, because even being aware of it is shows you the master and the servant. It's like the absolute seeing itself is like,
Yeah.
okay, that's just a cute little thought. and experientially, the preferences and it's makes for a unique sensory experience. I always say I don't have timeless time for this. So like at the doctor's office, like I know you didn't.
It's so freeing though to allow the mind to bitch. Like for so
Yeah.
long, I thought bitching and gossiping was like petty and, oh, those poor unenlightened beings that still gossip. Fuck no, gossiping's fun.
Yeah. Totally. Totally. I mean, everything's God, including Jerry Springer, the Jerry Springer show, It's fun.
There's not much there isn't. That was the freedom too. Thanks for saying that. Like there was like the, so much there was so much focus on bad behavior and good behavior here. And then it's like something, it just feels different. It doesn't feel like it's bad or good. It's just happening.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
There's no judgment. Whereas that felt like suffering, and that felt
Mm-hmm.
off, because I was identifying with solid thoughts innocently.
Mm-hmm.
So, so when the body does or reacts or whatever, or I don't know, lets her boundaries get crossed, it's okay. All
Mm-hmm.
of it's fucking okay. So awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that the only sin is thinking that a behavior is a sin.
Wow, this is such a great meeting. I'm getting so much from this. Wow.
Yay.
Yay.
So inspiring.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it is amazing. And it's just one talking to itself, communing in its own energy, just this beingness. This
Yeah. And I would encourage you to seek out like-minded. That has been such a blessing here, meeting you two and Leela before that in Kosi, just to see like-minded was so healing here. I can't even tell you what, because for so long I felt like, a unicorn. Like there was no one, a guy literally landed on the wrong planet.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell is going on here? And
Yeah.
Love
it's,
it.
yeah, so.
Me too. There was a while where I didn't have anyone to talk to, and it was like an alien. And then by focusing on that feeling of already being, of already having friends, it just magically rendered being able to talk about it all day with tons of friends. It's just amazing how that works.
Yeah, there's like a deepening here because I have just a handful of pathless, whatever friends that are on this pathless path that we can both share back and forth. And there's been feels like a deepening, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like we're feeding each other nothing, feeding each other emptiness. We're feeding each other. It's just like it's
Beautiful.
it raises the serotonin levels here.
Yeah. Just
Hmm.
like that Ram Dass quote, we're all walking each other home. We're already home, appearing to walk each other home. Beautiful.
I love it.
Yeah,
Yay.
it's a lovely space of non-judgment that you can go to a like-minded and share anything with them,
Mm-hmm.
anything, and it is openly received. It's
Yay.
so healing, so freeing.
All inclusive. Yeah.
Thank you guys
Thank
so
you.
much. God damn,
Mwah.
this was fun.
Love you guys.
I
Amazing.
enjoyed
Great
it.
to see you, Jenny. Both of
Yay.
you.
Good to
Thanks,
Both.
see
Indira. Thanks,
you.
Jimmy.
Yay.
Mwah.
Mwah.
Love
Mwah.
you guys.
Big hugs. Bye.
Bye.